Hey all, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Teresa. Thank you for joining me. As many of you know, I created this channel to help raise awareness for addiction and share my daughter's story, her battle, and loss to addiction, as well as our family's life after loss. This beautiful girl right here, this is my daughter Heidi, and these are her two beautiful children who I am raising today. It's been a few days since I have been able to upload a video, so I apologize. I have been extremely busy with some other things and my grandchildren, but today I wanted to talk about the moment that I saw my daughter for the first time after she passed away, as well as the funeral. So, after we were informed of my daughter's passing, we went to go pick up my grandkids, my husband and I, as they were there at a neighbor's house after my daughter passed away. When I got there, my daughter had already been removed and taken by the coroner. I wasn't ready to see her. Perhaps I wasn't ready to accept it or believe it, but I didn't want to see her. I was fearful of seeing her. So we picked up my grandchildren and we went home. My husband and I got the kids down the best we could, but I couldn't sleep. My mind was racing. None of it made sense. I was confused and I was in shock. But I couldn't close my eyes. I just wanted to be surrounded by my children and my grandchildren and my husband and family. While my husband laid down with my grandson and I got my granddaughter to sleep, I reached out to my oldest son's girlfriend. Thankfully, she was still awake, and I just told her that I needed her and my son to come over, to come home. I explained to her that Heidi had passed away, but I asked her not to say anything because I wanted to talk to my son. She woke my son up and they headed over, and then I broke the news to him. Seeing your son break down, it was almost as bad as receiving the news that my daughter was gone. My two other boys lived with me, and they were still sleeping. So I stayed up all night. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't shut my eyes. When my boys woke up for work the next morning, I had asked my son to help me break the news to them. My husband was still sleeping with my grandson, and so my son helped me break the news to my other two boys. I wish I did it differently. Instead of letting them have time to wake up, I just needed them to know it. I'm sure trying to grasp that information first thing of waking up so early was confusing to them. They were so heartbroken. We all were. But I still, in my mind, just couldn't wrap my head around it because she was doing so well. My mom ended up coming down within a few days. She had to call the coroner for me because I couldn't do it. She had to call the mortuary. I couldn't do it. And I hadn't seen my daughter yet. They identified her through her license. Thankfully, the mortuary people were able to come to my home to do the arrangements. They were amazing. But I just physically and emotionally couldn't go to the mortuary. How could I? I just lost my best friend, my daughter, and my grandson. After we made the arrangements, I still hadn't seen my daughter. I went to go sign papers at the mortuary. And when we were talking about how I wanted her dressed and stuff, we were talking about her nails, and the guy at the mortuary said, I believe her nail polish is partially on. He said, I can go look. And then he asked me if I wanted to see her, that he could arrange it, that I didn't have to wait until the viewing. I said no, I couldn't see her right then. I wasn't prepared for it. I didn't want to see her like that. If I was going to see her in my mind, I wanted to see her with her makeup on and dressed. I didn't want to see her laid out on a table. He went and he took a picture of her fingers to show me her nails. And that was so heartbreaking. Even that was too much. The night of the viewing, was the first time I saw my daughter since she had passed away. When we got there, and I walked into the mortuary, I could see her in the room, laid out, and I lost my breath. It took me a while to get the courage to go in and see her, because I knew when I did, I would have to face it. She was really gone. My mom and my sister and my niece and my boys, they went in before me. I finally made it in to go see her. And my life just stopped. Everything just stopped. Everything just stopped right there. My beautiful girl was laying in that casket. Peaceful. It took several days for me to get the courage to see her. And I know a lot of it is because I didn't want to believe it was true. But the moment I got the courage to see her, I didn't want to leave her. I just kept feeling her hair. It was the only thing that felt normal. I never thought I would be sitting here sharing this story about my daughter. And I never thought I would lose her to her addiction, even though I knew the possibilities. My girl is gone, and she's gone forever, and so is my grandson. She was 4 months pregnant. When she relapsed, they both passed away. If you are struggling with addiction, please reach out. Reach out to me, message me, email me. I will help you find resources. You don't have to fight alone. It only takes one time. Please help me to spread the word in hopes to raise awareness, to help others that may be struggling. Even if my videos, my daughter's story can save one life, that is my hope. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Together we can make a difference by spreading awareness. Please stay tuned as I will do another video in the next few days. Thank you all for your love and support and your patience. I love you all so much. God bless.